Folks, today is the start of a new European campaign here at Norwich City, but more importantly than that, yesterday on Friday the 23rd of July, if you're watching this on the day it comes out, was the release of a brand new series on the channel called Pass to Save, a collaboration save between myself and another YouTube content creator, Voltiac. I implore you to go back and watch this save. It's going to be a cracker of a time, and hopefully you will enjoy it as much as we are going to enjoy it as well. But for now, let's get cracking with our new European campaign. Welcome back everyone to Unemployed to Legend, episode 22 here with Norwich City. My name is Craig, and yes, your eyes do not deceive you. We are indeed top of the league after just 4 games, but we've had a cracking start to the season. Now, from the last episode, we beat Everton 4-0, but since then, Chelsea, Arsenal and Manchester United all 1-0 victories. I could not believe that, especially the 1-0 win at Old Trafford, of all places. We don't usually have much luck against Manchester United, certainly not since I've come back to Football Manager. The game against Chelsea, we did get lucky, we held on. The game against Arsenal, we really should have crushed them. We had like 2 disallowed goals. And against Man United, we were lucky in the end, although we could have had a couple goals in that game. But overall, sitting top of the league, I will happily take that at this stage of the season. Now, whether we're going to be able to keep it up, who knows, because we have started picking up a few injuries, unfortunately. But it's going to be an interesting test now, because our game coming up now is against Wigan Athletic in the Premier League, before we start the European campaign against Villarreal. Now, before we come to the Villarreal game, I'll show you who else we got in the group, because FM has done it again. They've completely shafted us over in terms of who we got in the group. But first up, we have to negotiate an away tie against Wigan in the Premier League. And like I said, we have picked up a fair few injuries, unfortunately. A few players have come back, such as Gamin. He is now back in the squad. But unfortunately, Exposito is out, lower back stress. He's out for up to 6 weeks. Stiller and Albert are out for the next 2 days. So they'll be back for the next league game, thankfully. They won't be back for the Europa League game, because I left them out of the squad accidentally. Ginchard is out for up to 3 weeks, and Radaby continues his recovery from injury. He's out for up to another 6 weeks. So this is the 11 we're going to go with. For Bruges in goal, Gonzalez, Lovato, Vargas and Aarons as the back 4. Actually, it's worth noting, Mavropanos... Why is he not on... You know what, he can go on the bench. He's only just come back from international duty, so it'd be unfair to literally play him like 2 days after he played for Greece. Gamin and Keki in central midfield. I'm going to give Seki a rest for this game. I just want to see what Keki can actually do for us. This is going to be his first actual start for us. Udrago, Campbell and Balogun across the attacking midfield. Of course, Balogun in for the injured Ginchard. Peter Lynch is the sole striker up front. It's actually come to my attention that really and truly we don't have many options in terms of strikers or attacking wingers when we get an injury. So Ginchard is out, and you've got 4 other positions that are yet to be filled, and we have about 5 players, 5 or 6 players tops for those 4 positions. So as soon as one injury comes in, as it has now, it's a wee bit of a problem. It does become a wee bit of a problem. Nevertheless, we shall go out today. We're still aiming for victory against Wigan. I don't know where they are in the league, but again, we're like 4 games into the season. So again, don't read too much into it. We'll see where we are after 10 games, because we still have a few tough games to come up, obviously. We've still got Liverpool, we've still got Man City in the league, Tottenham. Man City and Liverpool, okay? But for now, I want to see how we do against teams who, really and truly, we should be beating. And that's going to be the key. Do we have the right attitude to beat these teams? Right, first highlight, Vargas making his first start of the season. I did say I want to see more from him this season. This is his opportunity today. Charisma's had an opportunity. Now I want Vargas to get that opportunity. Aarons plays it in and should have been a goal. There it is now. I was going to say it should have been a goal, but it was blocked on the line. But Lynch perseveres, and it is 1-0 to the Norwich. 1-0 to the Canaries. The Norwich? It doesn't make sense. It really, really doesn't. Great work by Aarons on the right-hand side. I said I was a little bit concerned about him at the start of this season. but he's going to have Nikolov breathing down his neck. And hopefully Nikolov will get his chance in the Europa League in the next game. So it'll be the first time we'll actually see him start a game, potentially. Aaron's into Campwell. Lovato. As I said at the start of this season, there's going to be a fair bit of rotation in this squad, and it's only right that's going to be the case. Good save by Gunn in goal. I think, is that Anders Gunn? Former Norwich keeper? Oh, fair enough. If he's still in the Premier League, I'm pretty sure the man is like ancient by this point. Balogun running into the area, but unfortunately couldn't get the cross in. It is a corner. I think it's also the first start of the season as well for Balogun. Let's see if he can still hang with this squad, because as far as I'm concerned, he's still a good player, but he wasn't exactly someone who was a nailed-on starter last season, and I don't think he will be this season. Maybe. Again, it all depends on rotation and the fitness of players, and God, what a shot that was, but I was about to say, did Vabusha save that? But apparently not. We've just taken a goal kick, to be fair, but it is now half-time, and it's 1-0. 1 goal to the good. That's how we like it. We are away from home, but like I said, the key here, good attitude against teams who we should be beating. If we've beaten Chelsea, Arsenal and Man U back-to-back, then hopefully we should be beating teams like this, and then making a very good statement that, you know what, we're pushing for Europe this season. Aarons is going to move over to the left-hand side, and Nikolov is going to come on. I need to remember Castillo. I did say in the last episode as a note to myself, Castillo needs to be on the bench. And he will be in the next game in the Europa League, because, again, I want to see what some of these players can actually do for us in Europe. And you'll find out actually before the next game. It's going to be a very, very tough group, I believe. It's quite a strong group, and you'll see when we actually when I show the group itself. Right, Paul Fires. I'm going to bring him on for the final 7 minutes or so, and this is going to be his first Premier League appearance for us. The 19-year-old Northern Irishman. He's capped by Northern Ireland. He's torn it up in League One before, but let's see if he's actually going to be half decent in the Premier League. This is his first opportunity. It also means Seki will be nice and fresh, hopefully, for the Europa League game. And I've just noticed Udrago is absolutely shattered, but I've got no more subs, unfortunately. You're going to have to ride it out, my man. And let's just see the game out. Just see the game out, hopefully. And hopefully pick up another 3 points. Keep us top of the league by at least 2 points. It's a scrappy win, but at the end of the day, a win away in the league, or even in the Premier League, is always going to be very, very welcome. Right, we will be back for... There's confirmation we are top of the league by 2 points against over Leicester, and Liverpool 3 points behind as well. We will be back for the Europa League. First time for Norwich in Europe, I think, what, in 30 years? Something like that? At least since the time when I was actually a little baby. I told you FM21 did it to me for the Europa League draw. And yeah, this is going to be a really, really tough group to get out of. Borussia Mönchengladbach, Villarreal, who are our first opponents today, and KRC Genk of the Belgian Pro League, like their top division. As soon as I saw we were getting Gladbach, I was just thinking, please let us avoid Villarreal, who were like the 3rd seed, amazingly enough. And then, of course, they came out. So when it came to the 4th pot of seeds, I just thought, we're going to get Genk. Watch, we're going to get Genk. Guess what? We got Genk. Not happy at all about that, but you know what? It means if we can compete against these guys, then I am all for it. That means we can beat these guys, hopefully, and then later on in the tournament, hopefully, we go through to the knockouts. It'll give us that little bit more confidence. I've just realised I've not actually changed this team around very much. Bear with me one moment. Right, now that the team has finally been changed around, just to, again, give some rotation, as I've been talking about, this is the 11 we're going to send out for against Villarreal. Gabriel Brazal in goal for his first appearance of the season, I think. Yes, he's not made a single appearance this season, but then he is a backup goalkeeper for us. Castillo at left back, Mavropanos and Vargas at central defence, with Nikolov making his first start for the club at right back. Now we get to see, hopefully, is he going to be good enough long term? I mean, fair enough. How old is he again? He's 19? Yeah, he's 19, so he's got time to develop regardless. Gamin and Seki in central midfield. Udrago, Cantwell and Balogun across the attacking midfield with Lynch up front. Just a quick note as well. Stiller and Alba I forgot to register for the group stages. I also didn't register Radaby as well, but then he's going to be out for a while. He's going to miss like the first 3 or 4 Europa League games regardless, so what would be the point of including him? But at the end of the day, Stiller and Alba I was not very happy with. They weren't happy either, but I spoke to both of them and they said basically they were encouraged by the fact that I just went to them and they weren't that unhappy anymore. And my heart just broke for them because they're both very deserving of time in the Europa League. This would have been the time I'd actually probably use, for example, Alba especially, just to give Cantwell some rest. But if we use Alba and Stiller for the Premier League, I'm really not going to complain anyway. But unfortunately, it is such that they're going to be out of the group stage, and hopefully we get through to the knockout rounds and we can then register them for the knockouts, which would be very, very handy. But let's not gloss over the fact this is the first time Norwich have been in Europe since, I think, nearly 30 years. I think it hasn't been since the 90s, the early mid-90s, that they were in Europe, when they had that famous 3-2 victory against Bayern Munich. And as I'm waxing lyrical about their European history, or lack thereof, Villarreal have just gone 1-0 up, and that's our first goal we've conceded this season. It's not nice to concede goals, obviously, but at the end of the day, we're going into this a little bit blind because we don't know how good we are compared to European sides. We know we can hold our own against Premier League sides, but yeah, against European sides it could be a different story. Who knows? And oh my gosh, right, this is not looking promising, fellas. I'm not gonna lie, we're starting to see players drop like absolute flies. Paul Fires is going to have to come on. Lynch is going to go out to the right hand side. Fires is going to be leading the line, and I'm despairing at the amount of injuries we've had since I closed the game down last night. That's the problem. It's all been since I closed the game down. I've just realised actually we're at home, so we really should be taking it to Villarreal, but unfortunately they just seem to be coming up against us very, very strongly. I wish we could just win the ball back here. Come on, someone make a tackle. Someone do something good. Oh, there you go, Cantwell. Oh, good man. Fires his forward here. If he could score... Oh, he can't. I just want to see what happened if Fires can just get that one goal, and hopefully, it might spark something of a goal frenzy for him. Interestingly, in the other game in the group, Genk have just gone 1-0 up against Mönchengladbach, so I don't know. Are Genk that good, or Gladbach not as good as we actually thought they were? This is going to be very, very interesting. I think it depends on how the results actually go. Right, we're just going to pump some fists. I know you're capable of making a difference. Come on. Balogun, no, he's actually injured, isn't he? Right. Ay. What do we do here, guys? I think we're going to have to go attacking for starters. I'm tempted. I think what we need to do, get Seki further forward in that Mazzala role. It's not like he's not capable of it. And he's had a bit of a rest, so he's like one of the fresher players on the pitch. I say that, his conditioning is already going down, but I'm looking for him to create some magic. He's done it before from set pieces, and again, we're just exposed. Are we just very... Do we need to play narrower or something? I think we need to play more narrow. And their goal scorer actually has... Oh my god, what a goal. Jeez, this is the quality we're going up against. And I'm a little bit worried now about what we actually have to come up against in this group. It's always the case when you go into Europe for the first time. FM just kind of does you a little bit. We're just leaving so much space at the back. It's actually not even funny at this point. I'm not convinced by Vargas at all in this. So you know what, he's going to go off. Lovato is going to come on. This is actually our second substitute of the game, if I can speak some English. Come on, boys. I need to see more from you. Nikolov is frustrated. Is Nikolov really the answer? I don't know. But it just feels like we just heavily exposed, and Paul Fires has scored! Oh my god, I did not expect that. I saw the ball go into the box. I'm just like, it's going to get cleared. There's like 2 of them around him. He's... Okay, who was that? Udrago was actually in there as well, but still, Fires was well marks there. That was a very good header. It was a bullet cross, by the way, by Gamin. And Fires the first one to react. Game on, folks. It's not over yet. It is not over just yet. We could yet salvage something out of this, assuming we get ourselves another goal. That's the most. It's the most obvious answer, but we need. Oh my! Oh! But it's the one thing that we just need. Just one more goal, at least. We are going to make that final substitution, actually. And who am I thinking of here? We are thinking of Keki coming on for Gamin. He seems to be like the reliable sub. Oh, Cantwell and Udrago. Wow, yeah, I forgot about Udrago. Oh dear, they're going to have to hold out. Come on, boys. Just a little bit more. One more push for that goal. One more push. Come on. They just give the ball away to us. Lovely stuff. Lovato. I forgot we brought him on as a sub. Seki. Pass it, pass it, pass it. Ah, Seki! How many... This is just something he's going to do, isn't it? He's just going to give the ball away, but we win it back, and Fires of all people! Fires! Paul freaking Fires. Should I start him in the Premier League? Should I start him in the Premier League? Because this man has just dragged us back to 2-2. We are very tired, by the way. It's not escaped my notice. We are very tired. And Lynch just won the ball there. Cantwell. If Fires get a hat-trick, if he gets a hat-trick, he's starting the next game. There's no denying that. But Paul freaking Fires. Seki, please just hold on to it. Thank you. Udrago. We're playing the ball nicely here. If we could just find someone in the box. And there it is. Oh, I thought that was Fires. It isn't. But there is Udrago. We have turned it around. Oh my gosh. Excellent turnaround. Playing some lovely football on the edge of the box. I was just wondering if we're overplaying ourselves. But Castillo trying twice to get that ball in. He manages to get in a second time. And Udrago on the half volley. Oh my god. Absolutely disgusting goal. But we have just literally turned this around. I can't. Wow, 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 wow. Ball freaking Fires and Udrago have just dragged us back into, well, I say back into the lead. It's the first time we've led in this game, but a shattered squad has just beaten Villarreal 3-2 from 2-0 down. I couldn't be happier. Amazing result for Norwich City, and it gets us off to a flyer in the group. Genk did beat Gladbach in the end, 2-0 actually. And we have Mönchengladbach in the next game before a double-header against Genk. And I believe that's what we're going to come back for. We are going to come back for that Mönchengladbach game. It will be away, so it's going to be... Is that our first away day? Yes, it'll be our first away day in the Europa League. What a start to the season. What drama. Paul freaking Fires. Where is he? Where is this legend? What more can I say? I think he's going to be starting a few more games in the near future. Folks, if you've enjoyed this video and that stunning comeback in the Europa League against Villarreal, make sure to hit the like button down below and smash the big red subscribe button for future episodes. Thank you all so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.